Hello and welcome to episode 60 of my Working with Todoist series. In this episode, I want to show you how you can add emojis to not just your projects like I have here, but also to your tags and indeed to your actual labels. So I think the best way to show you how to do this is to, first of all, is add a project, and let's say wife's birthday party, which I think is a very good reason to have emojis. So what I'm going to do is I can now decide where I want to put the emoji, and I'm going to put the emoji at the beginning like I do with most of these. And all I need to do, particularly on a Mac, I'm sorry, I don't actually know how to do this on a Windows computer, but for emojis you can actually just copy and paste directly from the internet. So you could actually email yourself or you send a text yourself or something, an emoji from your cell phone to your email account, and then you can just copy and paste that in. That's one way you can do this. So what I want to do is I'm going to look for food and drink because I think that's associated with it. Oh, my wife's a really big beer drinker, so I'm going to put beer icon in there and then just add the project. So there we go. We've got 2 pints of beer and wife's birthday party, and I can add multiple types of labels in there, and as you can see, it comes up nicely there. Now, here's something else that you can do with labels. I think this is a really useful trick. Now, I don't actually use it, but let's go into my iPhone label, and I'm going to edit this label. Now, one of the things, particularly if you use an Apple computer, you actually have an emoji of an iPhone, sorry. So if I go into my objects over here, you can see I actually have my mobile phone. So I'm just going to put that there, click save. Now look what happens at the labels underneath the tasks. The phone comes up. Now the phone is quite small, but let's look at the computer. When I actually put this on the computer, this I think looks really cool. Because the computer, I can actually have an iMac, so let's click on that. There we go, and I'll save that. Now, look at the way the computer comes up. Now, if I'm looking at my tasks for the day, it's very easy to, for me personally anyway, is to visualize by seeing a picture of a computer or seeing a picture of a mobile phone. Now, for some of you, if you are really into visualizing, you could actually not put letters at all and just have the emoji of the item that you're using for your label. So that would be a really cool way of doing something like that. Now, if I go back into my inbox, I've got to say, is it possible to do a manual sorting to do this? This is something I'm looking into. But I've got buy new black cartridge. So maybe I want to just for fun, I've got enough time on my hands. Let's see if I can find a printer. Yes, sure enough, I've got a printer there, so I can actually click on that, and I have a printer icon in my task. So Todoist throughout its whole system will allow you to put in these emojis anywhere, and they can really brighten up your actions list, your project list, your labels and filters and so on, things like that. So anyway, I do hope you found that useful. I know I've probably covered that, and in fact I do remember covering it at some point in some of the other episodes, but this was a specific question I got asked today, and I thought, well, I will just recover it and show you other ways that you can actually use emojis to brighten up or to make Todoist even more intuitive. And by the way, what I would suggest is, if you're going to do this a lot, I would suggest setting up the projects on your mobile phone, because emojis tend to work and are much easier to access on mobile phones. And quite often I would actually edit a label or edit a project on my mobile phone, and add the emoji from there. It's just a little bit easier. Anyway, I hope you found this episode useful. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want to get more tips and tricks on using Evernote and how to use it on a daily basis. And please don't forget to join me in episode 61 coming up later this week.